Hello everybody, I'm Angie Ridley with Complete Realty servicing Mid-Michigan's real estate needs. Let's talk real estate. Okay, so today I want to talk about inspections and who pays for what. Is it the buyer or the seller? Well, in real estate, when it comes to a transaction, everything's negotiable. If you don't write it down, it could really cause problems. So let's say a buyer is getting an FHA or a rural development type mortgage. Usually those loans will require a well and septic test, especially if the house is vacant. So those two tests become a condition of financing. Anything that's a condition of financing is technically a buyer's responsibility. And an example of that is the appraisal. The buyer pays for the appraisal. But there's usually two fees to an appraisal that nobody talks about up front. The first is the appraiser goes out, finds the repairs that need to be done. Remember, this is for FHA, rural development type mortgage. Finds repairs that need to be done, finds the value, goes back, does his report, takes about a week to come in, and then we all get notified there's this, that, and this that need to be done. Well, once those repairs are done, the appraiser goes back out, and he charges to go back out as well. So when I have a buyer, I tell them the appraisal is going to be anywhere from $450 to $650. Depending on the lender, it could vary just a little bit depending on what appraisal AMC that they use, appraisal management company, sorry for the shortness. But those fees will vary within $25 to $50. So the first fee, $450 to $500, is for the initial appraisal, and then the second fee is for the reinspect. Can a seller pay for the reinspect? Yes. But it needs to be stated in the purchase agreement up front. And the problem is a lot of agents don't do that. They just assume that a seller is going to pay for it when that second appraisal is actually a condition of the buyer's financing, like a well and septic test. Now, when we get to the repairs that need to be done, hopefully we put in the purchase agreement seller will pay up to X dollar amount for repairs. And if the repairs go above that, then their renegotiations are involved. And it also depends on what the repairs are, because sometimes a buyer will want to escrow the money for the repairs so that they trust the people that's going in and doing the repairs so it's done correctly. Not everybody does everything the same. The normal process is the purchase agreement is written, the buyer pays for the appraisal and the second fee to the appraisal reinspect. The buyer or the seller usually takes care of repairs because technically the house isn't the buyer's until you close. And if it's found on an FHA appraisal, that FHA appraisal and the conditions stay with the house over a period of time. So unless the seller repairs them, they're not going to be able to sell that house FHA. So usually the seller will take care of the FHA and RD repairs, and the buyer pays for the second part to the appraisal. But you really, really need all that addressed up front. Otherwise, it all comes back on the buyer except for the repair part. So I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to call Complete Realty 810-744-4600. Have a great day.